Back to Celebrity Radio, it's Alex Belfield talking to some of the country's biggest stars and one of my favourite people, Nigel Havers. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm back in Nottingham. I haven't been here since I did Panto a few years ago in Jack and the Beanstalk, and I was Flesh Creep.
You were?
And so I'll try and get that out of my head in order to do art tonight.
What's interesting, the last time I saw you was at the Palladium at Christmas and the previous Christmas doing pantomime with Julian Clary. And can I say, firstly, A, it was the most magnificent production of a pantomime I've ever seen. But secondly, your humility and willingness to have him take the mickey out of you for 2.5 hours was incredible. And you stole the show because of it. How wise?
Yeah, I've been doing this with Julian sometimes, so it's water off a duck's back for me. And in fact, as the show goes on, he gets more and more aggressively putting me down. So it's fun. It's fantastic. I love doing it. It's a great fun thing to do. And we're doing it again this year with my friend Dawn French.
But what I didn't like was when I got the press release, it said Nigel Havers playing the understudy.
Yes, I am, which is a mark-up.
Well, how dare they?
Well, no, I'm very glad to be doing it because I understudy Julian. So the whole show I'll probably be trying to kill him off.
What will we get? More knob gags and feathers this year? I mean, is it going to be more camp than last year? Surely not.
Oh, no, it will be much camper than last year.
It can't be.
Oh, yes, it can.
I loved it. I mean, last year we had the flying bus, which was one of the most sensational things I've ever seen. And then, of course, there was Gary Wilmot, who's also coming back, who did that beautiful patter song. And then there was you added in. It has every level. Just when you think it can't get bigger, that's what they do. And congratulations to Kudos. They give you everything, don't they?
They really do. I mean, every year now we have to think of something grander and more expensive to do. It's going to cost so much that we'll all make a loss soon.
Well, as long as they pay you, that's the thing. Let them make the loss.
They just about pay us, yeah. But it is the best fun you can have on stage in the world, probably.
I'm sure. You were magnificent in it. I wonder what life is being Nigel Havers. There isn't anybody who doesn't like you or B, doesn't think you're classy. It's a nice place to be, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know, really. I just get on from day to day. I this morning I was in London doing a voiceover for a new, I don't know how to describe it. It's called The Frock Show. Just very tongue-in-cheek voiceovers I was doing. And then I was on a train, and then I got here, and then I went to Boots to get shampoo and stuff like that.
Oh, thank God you didn't say rash cream or something like that.
No rash, just Boots shampoo. And then I'll just, quickly have a shower, do the show, and then I get back on the train because I've got to go back to London and do more of this voiceover tomorrow morning. So it's a full day.
Did you ever think it would be this successful for this long? I mean, most people have peaks and troughs, but you've more or less always been there.
Well, I suppose because I just pretty much do anything I'm asked to do. That's the key to it, I think.
Answer the phone and say yes.
But I call myself a letterbox actor, which means I wait for somebody to come through the letterbox, I open the envelope, read it and say yes. And that works very well.
You've picked well, though, in the past. Either that or got very lucky. I mean, when we go right back to Chariots of Fire, or whether it's the part you played in Coronation Street, you've always had good parts, haven't you?
Yeah, that's just luck. I mean, a lot of this business is due to luck, I have to say.
Is it really luck, or is this you being all humble? Because a lot of people don't have luck, do they?
I'm not being humble, really. It is about luck. It's just being in the right place and someone saying, you have to kick off somewhere. And I just was in the right place when they were looking for an actor to play whatever part it was. And I used to, way back at the BBC, when there was no security, I used to go in, get to the 5th floor where all the producer's corridor was, and I'd go round and about the corridors looking for a job. And they'd say, "Oh, Nigel, what are you doing?" I said, I've just been talking to, come in, and then I get cast.
You seem to like being you, Nigel, as much as a character. So whether we see you on a canal boat somewhere being witty and funny, you're as comfortable at that as you are appearing in a show, a serious play, a really terrifying movie, or whether it's something like art. That's a tricky balance. Most people can't do that.
I've sort of segued into myself.
You've become yourself.
Yeah, I've become myself, which is kind of weird. I started off playing different parts, but now I just sort of play myself, which seems to go fine.
Well, and that's, of course, what they did in the pantomime, didn't they, really? They just gave you.
But they did, very sweetly. I insisted on that. Nautical Nige. Anyway, but in this play, art, I'm very much not me. Quite a sort of serious character who goes out and buys this painting. If I may say, a beautiful painting. As if you've seen the play, you'll understand why. It is very beautiful, but...
When you say beautiful, what's beautiful about it without saying what it is?
Well, it's just... When it's lit, it looks sort of magnetic and surreal. It is very beautiful.
It's interesting. It's all in the eye of the beholder. I rather like your mirrors more than that painting, to be honest. But then again, I have no class.
Well, you have no class, obviously. But there's not just a white painting. There are lots of layers, different layers of white on it. Because it's about 40 layers of white paint, it's a very heavy thing to move around.
Tell me about this play. I haven't seen you in it yet. I'm seeing it tonight. I saw it last in the West End when it had that major run for about 7 years. I wonder whether the chemistry of the three of you is the most important thing. We know the play's good, but if you three were bad, it wouldn't work, would it?
No, it wouldn't. And I did it. I was the second takeover, so I did it very, very early on. For 3, that was the great idea that people would do 3 months and then another lot would come in, and then I did it. So I did it twice in the West End, and then I toured it for forever because I love the play, and it's about, as you know, 3 men who are in flux because of what one of them does. So it is a play about a white painting, but it really is about a relationship between these 3 men, and this white painting is the catalyst that sort of makes the explosion happen. But it is a sort of beautifully written play, and the 3 great things: it's beautifully written by this woman, Yasmina Reza, who wrote this, about men, which is fantastic. Secondly, it's very, very funny. And thirdly, and some would say most importantly, you're in the pub before 9.
Which is what I was just telling Stephen. This is the most glorious thing. You'll be on the 9:10 train. You could be home by 11.
That's the plan.
We shall see. Good luck with East Midlands trains. They're very good, actually, although I now go Virgin from Newark because you get free alcohol, Nigel. You've missed a trick.
You go Virgin from?
Newark.
How far away is Newark?
Well, it's 20 minutes, but you get free alcohol.
Oh, I missed
and a free sausage roll. You must do this. It's the same price, but free gin and tonics.
I might just have to consult Trainline app.
These are the small pleasures in life that keep me going. In terms of the play, just talk to me about the rhythm of it. I guess once you're into it, it's there, it's in your head. But it's so wordy and the gags are so specific. Not that it's all funny, but when you get into those moments, what's going through your head? Is anything going through it, or are you totally present? How do you get through this juggernaut of 90 minutes?
I'm totally in the moment, really. There's no other way of doing it. We start it and the train leaves the station and I don't really stop thinking about what I'm doing until right at the very, very end. You have to concentrate. Yeah. There's no messing around.
Yeah, this isn't something where you can ad-lib halfway through or have a Julian Clary zinger halfway through. No, it's not going to work.
No, that won't work. And we were in Norwich last week and I was staying with some friends out of Norwich, quite a way out. And I had a driver one night taking me, and he'd seen the show. I got him a ticket, and I said, "What did you think?" He said, "Well, it's not as bad as I thought it'd be," which I thought was a good start. And then he said, because I've never seen a play, I've only ever seen musicals, and he said, "But you make quite a lot of that up, don't you?" Well, now that's a compliment, I think.
Yes.
I said, "Actually, we don't." He said, "Nah, you're kidding me. You must make most of that up."
Wow.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
He didn't like the play because he thought it was all about words and. So I said to him, it's over intellectual for you, obviously. Which he didn't. He just went straight over to what we said. But no. If it looks like we're making it up, we're on the right road, on the right tracks.
It's a beautiful bit of theatre, and again, I probably agree with the driver to an extent that I don't like plays either. I'd rather see a flying witch or a giraffe or an ABBA song or something like that. But this is palatable. I think that's the best way of saying it. That no matter where you come from, whether you know anything about it, you can sit down and just invest your time, and at the end of it, you go, "Wow!" for many different reasons.
Well, that is true, and you come out thinking, "Oh, well, I've seen an intellectual play. I must be, quite intellectual." In fact, it's not. It's it's all cloak and smoke. But I mean, it is a cleverly written piece. And you see, well, the argument is right there, and it's funny. People, I can see them laughing at the end when they have the hand over their mouth because they think they shouldn't really be laughing, and that's always great for the actors to watch.
People seem to love you the most because of your wink in your eye, and we seem to have sort of grown to know you for that. Are you a comedy actor or are you a serious actor?
I'm a comedy serious actor.
Seriously?
Seriously.
You're not being comedic?
No.
It's a great place to be because most people either back themselves into that cul-de-sac where they get that type of work or that cul-de-sac where they get that. You've forged this sort of career where you've had so many different roles, and again, is there a reason to that? Is there some skill you're not telling us about, or is it a top secret?
No, I told you it's the letterbox theory. Just wait for it to come through the letterbox.
Do you still pinch yourself now when the phone rings? Because as I said earlier, a lot of people come and a lot of people go. You've had that consistency. I mean, lately people will have seen you in Coronation Street. And again, they gave you good stuff, because I feel sometimes with that show, some people are given filler. That wasn't the case. And I know you're going back into it. It seems like now's going to be an exciting time to return.
Well, it is. We were in Manchester with this play, and they thought, well, while you're there, you might as well just walk across the square and drop into Corrie. So I did. Yeah, it was good. I can't wait to tell you.
And we can't have anything at the moment. It's all top secret.
Well, I suppose. I don't remember what I did now, anyway.
Do you worry about what you're doing next, or do you just know that fate will take a hold and something will come up?
I'm quite keen when something doesn't happen, so I can go off and have a few days off.
What is your dream day? I mean, if you weren't doing this, would you be on a golf course, or what do you like to do?
No, I'd be in the south of France or something, or Italy or something like that, just reading a book on a lovely hillside, watching the sun go down.
You see,
with my wife and my dog. With my daughter and my son-in-law and family arriving maybe a week later, so I can just have a few days on our own.
And you've reminded me of the thing I meant to ask you at question 1. Is it good being a sex symbol?
A sex symbol? Do you have to ask Steve that? And Den, obviously.
But you know this is true. I mean, when I told my mum and my sister I was coming to interview Nigel Havers today, they said, firstly, why is he wasting his time talking to you? Which is a very, very wise thing for them to think. But they immediately go, ooh, you have that with the ladies. I'm a deeply unattractive man, as you can see, Nigel. This isn't happening to me on a daily basis.
Well, how old is your mum?
She's 104. No, she's in her 60s.
Yeah, it's perfect.
It's not an insult, is it?
No.
It's perfect. What does that mean?
It's perfect. I say no more.
Nigel, thank you so much for your time. Good luck tonight. You're going to have an amazing show. This is fabulous. It's touring all over the country. How long are you in it until?
We're in it till the 9th of May, and we've got Bath, which is lovely to go to. I love Bath. Northampton, Birmingham, Cardiff, Canterbury. I'm running out of ideas now.
You're the first actor who can ever remember where they're going. Congratulations on that.
Very much.
I can't wait to see you again this Christmas in Panto. I know it's a role with irony because they're sort of making fun, but they make fun out of everybody, and you embraced it so beautifully. I thought it was a magnificent performance on top of everything else. Congratulations and thank you for your time.
Pleasure. And wait till I get my own back on Dawn French. Woohoo!